Can't remember this shit.
I know, but that's like part of the point.
Yeah. I like the library version.
Yeah, that'll be happening at another time.
Comic Sans?
Yeah, it's a commentary. How are you feeling about being uncomfortable?
I don't want to be embarrassed.
So far, there is confusion ensuing. The rules of the game are very complex and confusing.
Look at your hands in the light.
Oh, this is not okay. I feel like I have.
Here we have player 6. Player 6 is not allowed to read the rules of the game. In this context, you are experiencing what metaphorically is being like a disadvantaged person.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm blind and I can't read?
Well, you're not blind. They're reading the rules and figuring it out, but like in my mind, in the game, you're like this is gonna be canceled. You're like experiencing like autism / being a person of color.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Like in the rules of the game, in the context of this experiment, I am a white man because I'm making the rules of the game.
That's interesting. I have a question. How do you pass the ball? Like
You bounce it.
people of the same color, or just in general?
Like to
People wearing the same
Yeah.
color as you. Can I pick multiple colors or just one?
yeah, like any of the colors as you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like any common thing.
I know other songs on that album.
Okay.
I think I'm ready.
How does it? Even I don't remember the rules. Yeah.
And then blank is separate.
Yeah.
Okay. How many times do we blink?
Just doesn't matter. Like it's up to you. Like you're the white man in this game.
Oh my
So
God.
you're like basically in charge. And if you, I know. And if you start booing them, then everybody else will just like. Do you see what I'm saying?
Can we just
Like the point of the game. Yeah. The point of the game. So like it says like you're allowed to tell player 6 the rules, but player 6 is not allowed to ask.
And then if they ask, we say boo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the thing. They're for the thing.
To my 3 Browns. How does it feel to be a white man today?
This is the best day of my life. This is what, back in middle school, this is all I wanted, you know? And I'm finally realizing my childhood dream.
I know. I feel like I could die.
Not be impressed.
I'm very.
How does it feel to win the game from the start?
Honestly, really good. I gotta say, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I will never experience this again in my life.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the
really gotta
Academy.
My mom. I'd like to thank my mom for.
I'm gonna let you.
I don't have anything else. To say.
Not the Kanye.
Yeah, but sometimes there's stuff we all have to do.
I'm glad to have my Rachel Dolezal home.
Boo!
Alrighty.
Boo, Anya.
Alrighty.
Player 6. Will can read the instructions again too. Like everybody can refer to the instructions except for Anya. Soldier. Boo!
Whoa!
Boo! I'm sorry.
Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So basically, there's this Jane Elliott question where she's like, who in this room would want to be a black man in America? And and all these white people are like, me, I would. And then she's like, no, but actually, would you think about it? And they're all like, no. So what I wanted to do with this experiment is combine like an intersectionality of like disadvantaged identities based off my experience as like a person of color on the spectrum. And so what I did was encapsulated basically the feeling of like confusion and embarrassment that comes from like being an outlier in white society. And so I wanted to have people participate and experience what it feels like to like not understand social rules, like preconceived things of like ways of behaving that are completely arbitrary and don't make sense at all. Hence why the rules are like completely incomprehensible and like completely ridiculous. So that's kind of where that came from. I also wanted to have elements of like silliness and whimsy because it's inspired by like post-data avant-gardeness. So like boo is used more for like the sound of the word versus like the shame, but also that has that like double connotation. So if you think about it, boo is just like a stringing of letters, but it also like for some reason evokes feelings of embarrassment and shame. So that's what that was. You with the player 5 who has the red ball is like representative of physical disability because you're only allowed to use one hand. That'll become more harder in the later rounds of the game when it takes place in the dining hall because player 5 will only be able to like grab food with one hand. The astigmatism glasses and red glasses and fidget toy and Walkman, Soundscape from Hell are all to simulate neurodivergence. So the Soundscape from Hell is a sound sculpture that I made of sounds that like organized in a certain way sound like what it's when like you're overstimulated. The fidget is because there's a lot of like most fidget toys are infantilizing, so I wanted to make one that's like mask. And the astigmatism glasses are just because I feel like a lot of autistic people see the world like differently, so it's just like to emulate that. And then player 6 doesn't get to know any of the rules, and he probably felt really confused, and they get booed the most because they're breaking the most rules. So, yeah, that's basically it. Summarized.
Yay, snaps.
Anybody else have questions? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I was really disoriented at first, especially. And I think that also contributed, like, with the coming into the world, like, taking the blindfold off. Like, I even had to, like, orient myself to, like, visually to the space was also difficult. And I'm like, it did feel pretty silly, too. I think if I didn't know you guys, it would have definitely felt, like, a lot more embarrassed. But I do know everyone here very well, so it mainly felt silly. But, like, I thought it was really neat.
I couldn't get strangers to do it, so this was...
Yeah, I think it'd be difficult,
Yeah.
but I understood, like, I definitely felt, like, the embarrassment, like, I got a little high-V, like, all that was in the mix, so.
Yeah. How did it feel to, like, win the game from the start? Player 1 has no handicap and gets to hold on to the rules and enforces them, and so I really wanted people of color to experience winning from the beginning.
Yeah. I will say it was a little strange because like I felt like I had all this power, but then there's one point where I accidentally hit the ball like really far away, and I noticed after that no one bounced the ball to me, which was interesting seeing like that power structure sort of decay afterwards, which is really interesting. Yeah, but that was cool. Being a white man was crazy.
If you want to get into metaphors, I think the multiple experiences I had before this, both not only having a disorienting social experience this morning, but learning about ethical psychology in my class on Friday, I was like, oh my god, like I read it and I was like, oh, is this going to be embarrassing? Is this something that like I should have known about before? Is this going to be bad? It wasn't actually even that embarrassing, but I have had like bad psych experiments where like I've left feeling like hot trash because they like electrocuted me or something, or gave me less money. But anyway, I think like those like associations can also say for like, I don't know, I mean, I think about medical distrust all of the time and like why maybe people don't want to get vaccines because of mistrust with like the medical institution when the medical institution has done stuff like the Tuskegee experiments and stuff like that. So I think like that helps like explain to me like what the feeling of like thinking about the past or something that's associated with your life can influence how you go about normal things.
Yeah. I hope that this, when I like first shared this game with my classmates are very much like, I don't want to play this game. You're perpetuating cycles of abuse, like all of that, which is really funny to me because it's like, girl, this is shit that normal people have to deal with every single day that we don't have the choice to ever not deal with. So I appreciate y'all and your allyship for allowing yourselves to be uncomfortable for this short period of time. I know that nobody ever wants to be uncomfortable, but you know, most of us don't have a choice to be comfortable. And I try to view this more as like a art social experiment, but maybe it is psychological as well. I don't know. Food for thought.